Hey you guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. My name is Autumn and I'm back with another video. So since you're moving to Japan, I think that it's only necessary, and honestly it's only right, to learn a little bit of Japanese. And don't get me wrong, yes, you could possibly survive in Japan without knowing any Japanese. However, why would you do that? That's weird. It's real weird. It's real weird. You'd have to literally use Google Translate for everything, and that's a pain. So yeah, I am here to give you 10 survival Japanese phrases that would probably help you get by a little quicker until you've, studied a little more, So let's get into it, okay? So, number one, of course, the infamous Sumimasen. Sumimasen means excuse me or I'm sorry. It's just really polite. I say it in the grocery store. I say it to the students. I say it to the teachers. I say it to myself sometimes. I'm like, oh, sumimasen. So it's very good to know that word. Sumimasen. Very easy. The second word that you're of course going to use is arigato, or more politely, Arigato Gozaimasu. It is so helpful to just say thank you to people. I mean, you should be saying thank you in your language too, and honestly, if you speak English, Japanese people understand thank you in English, but it's just more down with the culture if you just say it in Japanese. Super easy. Number 3 is Ohayo Gozaimasu. You are going to say this so much to your teachers, to your students, to your principal and vice principal. You're going to say it all the time. Ohayo Gozaimasu. Now, I will say, I have been studying Japanese for 3 years. I'm not good at all by any means, but it's one of my favorite words. One of the few favorite words in their vocabulary that I love. Ohayo Gozaimasu. However, I will say you will not actually hear this back very often. It comes in very short form. So Ohayo or Hayo or Gozaimasu or Gozaimasu. A lot of the teachers say it so quickly that eventually I'm going to say it like that too. But for now, Ohayo Gozaimasu is a really good survival Japanese tip or survival Japanese word. Next word that is going to be helpful is Wakarimasen. Wakari or wakaru means to know or to understand. So masen is you don't. So Wakarimasen means I don't understand. A lot of times if someone's speaking too quickly, I will use this phrase like Wakarimasen. Because I don't get it. I don't know what you're saying. Another word that I use when people are speaking too quickly to me is yukuri kurusai. Yukuri kurusai means please slow down or please say it slowly. A lot of times they won't repeat themselves and they'll just whip out a translator or they'll say it with botched English, which is better, but asking someone to slow down so that you can hear it again, yukuri kurusai. Slowly, please. Number 6, if you are like me and you are plagued by giving Jeff Bezos all your money via Amazon, sometimes you're not going to be home when you get deliveries. So you have to call them and tell them that you are home. So it sounds like it's very scary, but you're going to say ima ue ni imasu. Ima ue ni imasu, which basically says now I am home. Usually they, by now, especially delivery ladies in my area, by now they know when I say hello that they're talking to the American. 9 times out of 10, they usually scream out a time that they'll be by, and luckily that's in English, but I know Japanese numbers, so it's fine. But that is such a good thing for deliveries. If you ever miss a delivery and you have to call them, just that simple phrase is going to be so easy for you. Number 7 is when you are leaving work. So what usually happens is a lot of the teachers have clubs and activities they have to be overseers of, so they don't leave before you do. Usually you leave before them. So it's polite to say osaki ni shitsurei shimasu, which basically means I'm sorry that I am leaving for you. Excuse me for leaving before you. So it's osaki ni shitsurei shimasu. Yeah, they usually will say like oskare sama deshita, or like, you know, bye bye. I usually say see you tomorrow. So like I'm teaching my teachers English also. So yeah, that's just really polite. You don't want to just up and leave without saying anything. It's very rude, especially because a lot of these teachers are here 2-3 hours after school ends, dedicating their lives for the students. So the least you could do is say, hey, excuse me, I'm leaving before you. I'm so sorry. You know, just a little bit of courtesy. Number 8. When you are going to a restaurant or a store and you don't know the word for something, you can always point at things, but you can say kore onagai shimasu or are onagai shimasu. So you're just gonna say something onagai shimasu. So a lot of the times when I go to McDonald's, I say hamburger setto onagai shimasu. So basically it's just like whatever you need, please. Just point at it. A lot of the times they understand that like that your Japanese rather is very minimal, so they'll understand. Plus it's really nice to say onagai shimasu is like the really polite way to say please, so it works out. You get what you wanted, right? Exactly. Number 9 is it's not really a survival Japanese word that you will use, but that you will hear a lot. Look out for the word pointo cardo. Pointo cardo. The first week that I was here, I was asked maybe 50 million times if I wanted a points card. You're going to want to know what the name for points card is in Japanese, because you're going to be asked if you want to be a part of the points program for every place you go. The grocery store, the post office, the konbini. I don't know, where else? The mail, I don't know, anywhere basically. So just look out for that. If you do want to sign up for a points card, it doesn't hurt. It's just knowing your address to like write it in kanji. It's difficult. I have mine on a picture. I just write it down. I have a points card for Nitori at this point because I've been there so many times. We will not get into it. And I have a points card for Daiyu 8. It's kind of like the Home Depot / like Walmart of Japan. It's amazing. I love that place. But yeah, so you can say no. It is okay. You can say yes. It is okay. Just be prepared to like be writing a bunch of stuff if you say yes. But listen out for point card. Point card. Okay. And now the last survival Japanese that I will give you guys as something that I've been saying since the minute I touched down, because it is true and it reigns true to this day because I am still studying, is Sumimasen. Watashi no Nihongo wa jouzu arimasen. I'll say it one more time. Sumimasen. Watashi no Nihongo wa jouzu arimasen. And basically, that just means like, excuse me, or I'm sorry, my Japanese is not good. And it's really helpful because sometimes it allows them to realize like, oh, I'm speaking too fast, or maybe I should grab a cell phone and translate what I'm trying to say to this poor foreign girl. So yeah, it's a really big help to have that sentence like engraved in your brain. Like, just, write it in there with tattoo right on the top of your brain. It's probably not the best use of Japanese. Honestly, your best bet is to study. Of course, like, there's only so much studying you can do once you get here and it's all used in person. It comes bleh, everything's like word vomit. Bleh. But yeah, those are 10 tips that will probably help you at least survive in Japan. Like I said before, I completely and totally recommend actually trying to learn the language. Don't come here and just think you're gonna live here scot-free not knowing the language. Like, unless you have no Japanese friends and don't ever go anywhere, I don't see how that's possible. But do you, boo? I'm not trying to tell you what to do. So yeah, all right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. If you have any ideas or anything you want to see, please put them down below. I will take it into consideration. If you do want more survival Japanese, let me know. I will try to do my best to come up with some stuff because we're still learning here. We're still learning. But until then, I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye. One thing that I think is really condescending is like when Japanese people, your Japanese is bad, and Japanese people will come and say, oh, Jozu. No, it's not. It's not Jozu, and it's not Jozu. I just botched up that sentence. I did. And you talking about some Jozu. Jozu Arimasen. I just said that. I know. I think my rice is done. I should go. Peace.